guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Ashley if you're new, and we're going to continue with this journal we've been working on, but I want to do some of the pages. So that's what we're going to do, and I think I want to do like a flip book kind of thing going on here. So I'm going to grab these two pages. I'm going to grab them out. I'm going to put these pages here so that I can remember where it went. And I think we're going to make it out of this guy, okay? So I want it to go in between these two pages is what I'm looking at. These white, stark white pages. Okay. So I'm going to make a little booklet. And I think we're going to go with this side. So I actually don't need this one right now, but all right. So I'm thinking I want it. Yeah, that's what I want it to do, right? Yes. So I'm going to fold this 12 by 12 cardstock in half, and I don't have much room to work with, honestly, but do I ever? No, because I crowd myself with all the things, and you know, that's just how it goes. So I want this to be a little bit smaller than, I don't mind if it's this big as far as the paper goes. I kind of want to trim it though, I think. Alright, so let's get this out of the way. We're going to use it and then scooch it out of the way. I want to trim this a little bit, even though I'm very saddened by that butterfly having to get cut, trimmed off a little. There's a piece of glue on here. Okay, so I'm going to trim it just a little bit. I don't want the hand to get trimmed off too much, or the butterfly. See, I want to still be able to see that, so that's fine. And then I do want to trim it off quite a bit here. So I want it to go there. So let's trim to about right there. So I'm just eyeballing. It's kind of how I work, you guys. I don't have precise measuring. I just eyeball it and go with it. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like so far. Let's move this stuff out of the way so we have some room. I just feel like I have no room. I feel very crowded. Okay, so we're going to work this way. And I like that. Okay, so it's going to go all the way to this edge, even though that pretty scallop stitching is messed up. Okay, and then I want to hinge it, which is going to be tricky because I don't want to cover too much of the postcard, but I still want to hinge it, okay? So I'm going to use some fabric, and I think, trying to decide what fabric I want to use. Ooh, this one's pretty. It is silky though, so that can be a little bit, it's not going to be very sturdy to do it with this, but I think we're going to be okay. Let's just see. So we're going to have silky, oops, I'm so sorry, I keep pushing the camera. Okay, they weren't talking to me, but they're really loud. And the whole point was for me to get this done, and now they're being like super loud. Okay, so where the heck are my scissors? I don't know. That is a very, very large problem. Let's see. There they are. Well, here's some at least. They're not the best, but it's okay. Alright, so we're gonna do this, and Jensen's crying because they're having to play with him, and he does not want to be played with. He doesn't want to go in there, and so they're just going to be super loud right by my door. It's almost like they are just trying to make him loud so that I know that he's being loud and not wanting to go play. But they're not really playing with him, are they? They are playing by themselves and then expecting him to be happy about it. It's just not. Okay, so I'm going to fold this in half, and then I'm going to use it as the hinge afterwards, and I need to, it's creased, so it's going to be difficult because it's not going to play nice, but this is what I need it to do. So this is what we're going to play around with, and we're going to try to make it work out. Okay, so I'm going to do some stitching in this to try to hold that piece down and make it work, even though it's creased in another way. So we're going to do that. Let me move my coffee so I don't spill it all over myself, because I totally will. Okay. put on it for now. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna cut it. Okay, so there's that, and I know I have to cut a little bit more. This is, like I said, this fabric is tricky. Maybe not for everyone, but for me, like super silky fabrics are tricky because they're not thick. They're not, they're really easy to like fold and bend and not be like super sturdy. And so, yes. So, it's annoying. Okay. All right. So there's that. Okay. Now I hear the dog clacking back and forth. Like, you guys, this house is not very well insulated, and I keep pushing the camera, so sorry. But this house is not very well insulated, and so, like, you can hear everything, and they're not really helping that very much, are they? Okay, the thing I have to ask, okay, now, this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this part down to see where I want it because it's going to help me. Okay, so I'm going to need about that much with the glue gun, right? So we're going to go with that. And so I'm going to put some here all the way down. If you can hear the dog's nails on the, it drives me bananas. You understand? Like, bananas. It drives Joshua even more bananas when he's over here. I think that I eventually get used to it, but he's like, that dog's nails go on the floor one more time. Like, I'm like, well, you have wood floors too, and she was your dog first, so I don't know why it bothers you that badly, but it totally does. Okay, this is cute. I like that so far. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some cardstock. I just have to find like a scrap piece that I don't mind doing this to. And that one's not thick enough. We can do it with this. It's not a big deal. It's just a piece of it. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Doesn't matter. And then I'm going to put this in between so that it can give it a little bit more stability, because this silk, I want it to be firm. Okay. And I'm going to put glue all over it. And I'm going to use this glue because it dries quickly. And I know that, like, there are some people who love hot glue. There are some people who hate it. I am on the love train with the glue. Like, I'm on team glue gun. I really like it. I enjoy it. It goes quickly, so I don't have to be patient for my glue to dry. I'm a glue gun girl. It's just, it works for me. Okay, plus if you mess up, you just take it off. It's not that big of a deal. I don't use it for everything, but I use it for a lot. Let's see where my other glue sticks are, because I think I've covered them up in here and can't get to them. And I'm gonna knock all of this stuff off of my desk if I try. Okay, so we're gonna do this. And it doesn't matter if it's fully covered, because it's going to be covered again and again and again. It's going to be enclosed, and it's going to, my glue's not quite hot all the way, so it's giving me fits. Okay. Okay, so there's that part. And then I just want to tear it. Alright, so this is going to be the part that we show, right? I'm going to cover most of this, but I don't know what I'm going to cover or where it's going to be covered, so I don't want it to just look crummy. Now these scissors are crummy, and I've got to find my other scissors. I have probably like 6 pair of scissors, and this is what I'm left with because my kids snatch them up and they use them and they don't put them back. So you know, if you have crafty kids, you probably feel my pain. And you're crafty too, which I'm assuming you are if you're watching this channel, or maybe you just want to be crafty. Beware, they will take your scissors, so beware. Guard your scissors with your life, because they will steal them. Especially if you have crafty kiddos like me. Tristan steals everything I have. He uses all my glue. He steals my scissors. He steals any kind of paper. He's always asking me for paper or leftover paper or scraps or leftover embellishments. I'm like, go away. He uses it to make all sorts of creations. Okay, I need to get in here, cut this off. I got to meet my niece today. I was trying to, when they were in the hospital, we were sick, and so I didn't want to make the baby sick. 2 of the boys had been running fever, and I didn't want to risk me having their germs, and so I didn't go to the hospital when she was born. And then when they got home, he's a teacher, and he was taking the week off, so I was just trying to give them some family time. And he just went back to work today, so I went and saw and spent a few hours with her and my other niece, and the boys played. And I'm making her some chicken stew and some chicken tortilla soup, or chicken taco soup, and I'm gonna make that and bring that to her so they can have some dinners, because I know how hard it is to juggle when you're not used to it, and sometimes she tends to get a little bit overwhelmed, and so I don't want her to feel those anxious feelings. And so I am going to bring her some food so that they can eat warm, yummy food, because it's supposed to rain all week this week here. So it's the perfect rainy weather food, and I'm gonna make them some chicken stew, and Josh was making them some chicken taco soup because I'm in here filming, so he said he would make it for them. And I'm gonna make them some cornbread, and I got them some tortilla chips and cheese and sour cream and all the stuff, so that and crackers and stuff like that, so they would have all they need to have some good dinners. So I just want them to be taken care of, because I know how it is, you guys. I do, and I know how nice it is to have people care about you, or I know how it is to wish people would care about you and kind of feel like they kind of forgot about you. And I've had 4 kiddos. I've literally, this is not me complaining, but it's just me saying like why I'm so passionate about it. Like, I've had 4 kids and I've never had anybody drop dinner off. So my mom has like came and saw the baby and brought lunch when she came, but nobody else. Like, you know, I didn't have that community kind of like support thing going on, and I didn't have like anybody come and stay with me for hours while I did things and stuff like that, which it's fine. It's just I know that how nice that would have been to me. And so okay, so there's the base. There's the beginning of that. Okay, now I don't know how I feel about that coffee. It's a Starbucks, what is it? Salted caramel mocha, and it's kind of odd. Okay, so what do I feel like? I feel like this is kind of like, I don't know, I'm thinking. I'd have to trim off the side. I kind of want it to be all inked up. And so I think I'm going to go with that kind of. And do I know where my little inker is? No, I do not. Why would I? Why would I know where that is? I don't. Okay. Yes, it's right here. Okay. So I know I have a couple of stencils that I love. I also kind of want to do this one with maybe this over it, maybe. I don't know. I can't decide, but I will decide before the time comes. Okay. Now this is from Dollar Tree, this stencil, and I have been very abusive to it, as you can see. Like, this little piece is missing. There's a piece missing here, you know. But we're gonna go with it, and it's gonna be okay because I love this stencil. It's wonderful. I've used it for very many things, and I've used it in this journal a little bit too. I've noticed. Again, like, I haven't touched these pages in quite some time, so it's been months and months since I've come back to this journal, but I do love it. And this is not working. It's just ripping this apart. So we're going to pretend like that lines up even though it doesn't. Yeah, it totally does not. Okay. And then we're going to just go with it because this side is much easier to deal with. I've got to get some more inks, you guys. Like, got to. And this is tearing up my inker pretty badly, actually. But it will take so long if I do it this way. Look, it's not even doing good. That's frustrating. I'm doing all of these things to it and it's not working because I'm not doing it this way. But this poor inker is not loving that way. It's ripping it apart, so gets better results, but not from this part because it hates it, man. Okay, where does this line up at? I know it lines up somewhere. Okay. Sorry I'm so quiet. I'm trying to concentrate and figure out how to make this work without ripping everything apart, and it's just not working. Because this is just annoying is what it is. This ink pad is not saturated, and it's not saturating the inker. The inker is not, it's old and it's trying to come apart on me because it's annoying. And so it's just taking so much time to do it. That's okay. If it's worth it, it's worth it. If it's not, it's not. And I'm going to be covering some of it anyway, so there's that part of it that I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to be covering it anyway, so is it really worth all this trouble? Yes, it is, just so you know, like, it really is worth it. Doesn't seem like it in the moment, that's for sure, because it sure don't seem like it in the moment for me right now. Okay. All right, that's that one. I'm gonna have to do the other side too, but I'll probably do it off camera. And then we're gonna do one other thing, and then I'm probably gonna make this a part 2 video because my memory is running out and I don't want to make it too long of a video. So we'll probably make a part 2 to this flip out, and that'll be tomorrow's video. Come on. This is really thick paint, so it's like taking a million years to come out. Come on, friend. Come on. I know you're about to. I know. Come on. Come on. Wow. It's gotten really thick, so it's like a paste at this point, but that's fine. Plus, I'm going to have give this time to dry as well. So we're going to do this, let it dry, and then I will come back in the next video and we will do the rest. Okay. Don't want it to be too thick, so I'm spreading it out, spreading it out. I don't want it to collect on my stencil. I want to get as much of that off as I possibly can. So we're going to do that. Oops. And we want to make it as even as possible, but I'm not too stressed out about it. I don't really care. I'm just playing. I'm not so serious about my stuff, you know, like I think that just the freedom of it is what makes it look good and what makes it, you feel the passion of things on the pages is just like, just playing and having a good time with it, you know? So there's that. I need to go get a wipey because I think they took them out of my office so that I can clean my hand and clean the stencil, but that is it for now, and we're gonna let that dry like I said, and then, oh goodness, this is never gonna go back in this thing. It's going to be a pain in the butt, and it's probably gonna paint shut and I'm gonna have to pull it open, but that is what that's gonna look like. So what we're gonna have is we're gonna have a flip out. I'm gonna put lots of fun stuff underneath. We're gonna decorate this page as well, and then we're gonna have really pretty stencil here, and we're gonna do some kind of elaborate pocket. I'm thinking I wanna do like a crisscross pocket so we can stuff all kinds of goodies in here, and then we can close it up, and then when we flip it back, there'll be another big elaborate pocket here, and then we'll do something decorative on this side as well. So I think that's what I'm wanting to do, and I think it's gonna be lovely. What do you think? So that's gonna be it for now. And then when we come back in part 2, we're going to do the rest and decorate the rest. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Bye, guys.